There are just over 200,000 women serving in the U.S. military right now. First Lady Michelle Obama says as if any of them wonder how high they can rise in the ranks, they should look at this woman. In 2008, Ann Dunwoody became the first woman to achieve the rank of 4-star general. Her new memoir is called A Higher Standard: Leadership Strategies from America's First Female 4-Star General. I sat down with the general to talk about the trail she's blazed and what it takes to succeed.
I'm not the only female 4-star general.
How many are there?
I was the first one, and when I got promoted, I said I may be the first, but I'm certainly not going to be the last. And now there are 3 others, 2 in the Air Force and 1 in the Navy, and I'm sure more in the making.
But still, that's not nearly enough.
Well, they didn't integrate women into the regular Army until right after I joined the Army in 1975. And so women didn't have the opportunity to have the same career path as their male counterparts as I did.
The Army, I think, is about to open all roles to women, including combat roles, including the Army Ranger program. There are some who say that that's crazy. What do you say?
The guidance actually from the Secretary of Defense at the time was that all services would open all career fields and schools to women unless they could come back and justify why not. I believe that if a woman is capable, she should be given the opportunity. What they're wrestling with now is what is that standard? And what can happen, this is a dangerous business, you know, is that they lower the standard to accommodate women coming into these fields.
Do you think they would do that?
It's hard to say because, quite frankly, we've had a lot of standards and requirements that haven't really been officially documented. They were just known. And so I think they're doing a lot of homework. And the Army, I do know, they've done the pre-ranger training, and we've had women go through there successfully with a, I believe, similar washout rate as their male counterparts. And we have, I believe, 8 in Ranger School right now, women. I mean, I never wanted to be a Ranger. I didn't want to go in combat arms. I wanted to jump out of airplanes.
Did any soldiers say, you know, you don't belong here? What do you think you're doing?
No, it was a more subtle way. And, you know, they...
What was that subtle way?
All right, I had long blonde hair when I showed up, but I wore it up in a bun, and they said, you know, bobby pins and barrettes could be hazardous when you jump out of an airplane. Really? What they really were trying to do is make me cut my hair so I look more like them, and I refused to do it. So I used masking tape and I taped my hair up, and I looked ludicrous, but I kept my long hair because I wanted to be Ann Dunwoody when I came home.
You write in your book, we did not have to act like a macho man to be successful. We did not have to forsake our femininity. Why is that such a concern?
Because I think sometimes women think when they're in an all-male environment that they have to act like the male. They got to start cussing or smoking or drinking 6-packs or, and be real rough. And I didn't find that the case at all. The thing about the military, and I'm sure it's true of every profession, is people want the best athlete on their team. I mean, if you're going to war, you want the fastest runner, the best target, the best paratrooper. And so if you're the best paratrooper and Joe's not running fast as you are, ultimately the good leaders are going to say, I want Carol on my team.